specifically designed towards improving lives of residents. Federal government reiterates commitments to harmonize public workers' salaries. Defense headquarters offer 95 million naira for arrest of 19 wanted terrorists. Gunmen invade Imo community, kill monarch. Governor Oyetola says his administration would continue to pursue policies and initiatives specifically designed towards improving lives of residents as well as boosting the economy of Osun State. Governor Oyetola gave the insight in Osogbo, the state capital, while commissioning the new Omoluabi Holdings ultra-modern shopping complex. Governor's office correspondent Sonia Onoride files in details.
The Osun State capital witnessed another milestone infrastructural development as Governor Oyetola commissioned an ultra-modern shopping complex at Old Garage area of the town. Speaking on the 168th lock-up new Omoluabi shopping complex, Governor Oyetola noted that the project is in line with the vision of his administration in empowering people, creating job opportunity, and boosting entrepreneurial skills in the state. The governor disclosed that over 2 billion naira have been injected in various social interventions for the citizenry as well as infrastructural developments across the state in boosting the economy.
Extending the facilities to the people, especially women and youth. Collaborating with tribal government and other partners to provide social investment to people, building the entrepreneurial skills of the youth, and give them monetary and other devices to start small-scale businesses and new agricultural improvement for farmers to increase employment. So far, we have injected over 2 billion through Osunlabi credit unions to support our businesses, both men and women.
In their separate remarks, the State Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Bola Oyebanji, as well as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Omoluabi Holdings Company Nigeria Limited, Dr. Tunde Faleye, lauded Governor Oyetola for his immense contribution and unwavering support morally and financially in making the project a reality, adding that the project will go a long way in boosting the economy of the state. High point of the occasion was the official commissioning of the project by Governor Oyetola. Dignitaries at the occasion include the Deputy Governor, Mr. Benedict Alabi, former Deputy Governor, Mrs. Grace Titilayo Laoye Ponle, members of the State Executive Council, members of the State House of Assembly, leadership of the All Progressive Congress from across the state. From the Governor's office, Sonia Onoride reporting.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has said that Africa bears the brunt of climate change, despite being the least responsible for carbon emissions globally. The Vice President stated this at the 28th Nigerian Economic Summit in Abuja today. Professor Osinbajo noted that African countries were doing little or nothing to mitigate the effects of global warming, which he said has become an issue of great concern. The Vice President disclosed that Nigeria will continue to collaborate with G77 and key climate partners on the issues of losses, compensation and damage. He reiterated that transition to green energy would unlock the potential of the carbon market in Nigeria. Professor Osinbajo further stressed the need for Nigerians to focus more on productivity and value addition to create employment opportunities and generate more tax revenue. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to harmonizing salaries of workers in the public sector. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustapha, said this at a 2-day national forum on compensation management today. The forum was organized by the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission in collaboration with some NGOs. Mustapha said the Presidential Committee set up for that purpose had commenced work to ensure that all federal workers across board were remunerated appropriately. The secretary, who was represented by the permanent secretary in the office of the government of the Federation, Dr. Maurice Mbairi, said the forum was apt. The Central Bank of Nigeria has restated its commitment to preserving the integrity of the naira whilst protecting the unbanked, underserved and rural areas of the country. This is as the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry (LCCI) has urged the CBN to consider redesigning the lower denomination notes to coins ahead of the release of the redesigned naira notes. This, the LCCI said, would reduce the cost of printing lower denomination notes of the naira, which do not last for long due to their repetitive use. The Deputy President LCCI, Mr. Gabriel Idahosa, said this while speaking at the CBN Special Day at the Lagos International Trade Fair. The CBN said it remains committed to the seamless implementation of the initiative, whilst noting that it is pleased with the positive response of the banking public to the redesigning of the naira through increased currency deposits across banks and other financial institutions. Osun government under Governor Adegboyega Oyetola has built no fewer than 90 blocks of 400 classrooms within less than 4 years in part. The commissioner in charge of schools services in the state Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Honorable Amos Akindiya, made this known today while featuring on Osheluwa, the weekly current affairs Yoruba personality interview program on OSBC Radio 104.5 FM. Honorable Akindiya also disclosed that the present administration equally renovated 92 blocks of over 400 classrooms within the same period. He lauded Governor Oyetola for his commitment to promote qualitative education in Osun State, adding that the government is running complete free education for the basic to secondary level, except for payment of development fee, as decided by the Parent Teachers Association (PTA). The Superb Commissioner for School Services warned any teacher of school or school administration found wanting to desist or be made to face the full wrath of the law, saying that the recent teachers' recruitment by the Oyetola administration was meant to strengthen the education sector and not for political reason, has been speculated in some quarters. Politics, a news and current affairs weekly personality interview program, takes the air tomorrow. An architect, Olusegun Babalola, will be featuring on the program. He will dissect issues on political development ahead of the 2023 election to next year presidential election, among others. Join the anchor Adeyemi Apoderi at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon on Politics with architect Olusegun Babalola. It promises to be revealing. This is the news across the country, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, Voice of the West, Nigeria. Now a mid-news message. Honesty is the best policy. Train your child to be honest. The Defense Headquarters has offered a total of 95 million naira as reward for information leading to the arrest of 19 wanted terrorists. A bounty of 5 million naira was placed on the head of each of the 19 terrorists, making a total of 95 million naira that the federal government is offering for the arrest of the insurgents. The pictures and names of the 19 terrorists were published in a poster released by the Director of Defense and Information, Jimmy Apple, today in Abuja. The villages, local government areas, and states of the wanted terrorists were also published. The 5 million naira cash reward is for anyone who could provide information that could lead to the arrest of any of the wanted terrorists. The Defense Headquarters urge anyone with information on the wanted terrorists to call 091-359-04467. And An emerging report has confirmed that an abducted 16-year-old student of Federal Government College, Birnin Yauri in Kebbi State has given birth in the kidnapper's den. According to reports, the teenage girl was among the 100 students abducted during the terrorist invasion on 17 June 2021. The teenage girl, whose name has not been confirmed, was reported to have given birth to a baby boy. It was gathered that at least 8 teachers were killed and a police officer in the infamous attack on the Federal Government College in Birnin Yauri. After the tragic incident, the Nigerian police force swung into action and carried out a rescue mission to retrieve the abducted students from the kidnappers' den. At least 30 students were successfully rescued alongside their teachers during the police operation. Sources revealed that some of the students scampered for safety, with just 11 students remaining in captivity, including the young teenage mother. The source also revealed that the parents of the remaining 11 schoolgirls in captivity expressed great concern despite payment of ransom and prisoner swaps with abductors at different times. Gunmen in their numbers today reportedly invaded the Obodi Agwa community in Oguta, LGA of Imo State, killing the monarch of the community and his 2 guests. It was gathered that the hoodlums stormed the palace of the community custodian of culture and tradition, Eze Asor Udi of Obodi Agwa, and killed him and 2 others before leaving. Speaking on the ugly incident, Honorable Obina Jumbo, the coordinator of Agwa Development Center, said the incident happened in the morning. He pointed out that the assailants arrived in 2 white armored buses and 3 motorcycles. The community leader, who was close to tears while fielding questions from newsmen, explained that the bodies of the traditional ruler and 2 others who were holding meeting with the monarch had been deposited at the mortuary. As at the press time, the Imo Police Command spokesperson Michael Abatam, a chief superintendent of police, was here to speak on the killings. The death has occurred of Chief Joseph Anyodiro Alayode, the Obalayan of Obalayan's compound, Ibaland, Ifelodun local government area of Osun State. He was aged 103. A release by Mr. Lasun Anyada on behalf of the family indicates that Chief Anyodiro Alayode died last Saturday at his residence in Iba. During his lifetime, the deceased sojourned to Ghana as a trader and later returned to Nigeria to become a large-scale cocoa farmer in Isaru, Igbarauke, Ondo State. Meanwhile, Chief Anyodiro Alayode is survived by wives, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, among whom are Dickiness Grace or Mobonike Adedayo, Mrs. Abigail Folashade Abioye, Mr. Opeyemi Alayode, and Michael Alayode. The funeral program will be announced later by the family. Mixed martial artist Israel Adesanya has been dethroned of his middleweight title by Alex Pereira. Adeyemi Aboderi has more on sports segment.
níbi ìdíje líìgì àgbà ọ̀jẹ̀ táwọn.
Women's Champions League defending champions Mamelodi Sundowns ladies of South Africa succumbed to a 4-0 defeat to AS Royal Armed Forces in Sunday's final. Sundowns lost their continental title to Royal Armed Forces, who became the second team to win the competition, which was created last year. Fatima Tagnut scored the first goal of the game from the penalty spot in the 16th minute after Sundowns captain Zanili Lapo had committed a foul inside the box. It turned worst for Sundowns
players as they were reduced to 10 players in the first half after Roda Mulazi was issued a red card. Fatima Tagnot won the player of the tournament, while her teammate Ibsan Jaridi earned the top goal scorer prize with 6 goals. Royal Armed Forces goalkeeper Khadija Emechi took home the goalkeeper of the tournament. Nigeria representative Bayelsa Queens, which won a bronze medal after a triumph over Simba Queens of Tanzania in the third place match, won the Fair Play Award. While Super Eagles are back home after a gallant display against Costa Rica. Despite losing 0-2, the team made up of home-based players put up an impressive performance against the World Cup bound Central American team. A team of 18 players and officials led by coach Salisu Yusuf were received on arrival by officials of the Nigerian Football Federation. Nigeria will play another international friendly with Portugal this Thursday. Portugal are World Cup bound. In the meantime, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen admits the 3-2 win by Napoli was really intense and has toned down his ambitions of winning the Golden Boot in favor of the Scudetto. The central forward opened the scoring at Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, nodding in what would be an important goal as Udinese tried a comeback after going 3 goals down. With 9 Serie A goals in just 11 games, Osimhen is targeting winning the Serie A title. French Ligue 1 club FC Nantes on Sunday celebrated Super Eagles winger Moses Simon as he reached the milestone of 100 league games with the club. The skillful attacker joined the Ligue 1 club permanently in 2020 from the Spanish La Liga side UD Levante. Simon has scored 15 goals in 69 games since his permanent move, and several clubs have shown interest in his service. He reached the milestone of 100 league games on Sunday in the game between FC Nantes and AC Ajaccio, where he played 90 minutes. He is expected to be in action when Super Eagles face Portugal in an international friendly on Thursday. Alex Pereira has dethroned Israel Adesanya in the 5th round to claim the UFC middleweight championship in the early hours of Sunday at the Madison Square Garden, New York. The Brazilian was behind on all 3 judges' scorecard heading into the 5th round, but managed to drop Adesanya and impose his fearsome striking power to stop Israel Adesanya. The Nigerian had never lost at middleweight level, but Pereira was able to make a come from behind win. Sport Update returns tomorrow. My name is Adeyemi Aboderi.
And to end the news across the country, here are the major points. Governor Adegboyega Itola says his administration would continue to pursue policies and initiatives specifically designed towards improving the lives of residents as well as boosting the economy of Osun State. Governor Itola gave the insight in Osogbo, the state capital, while commissioning the new Omoluabi Holdings ultra-modern shopping complex. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to harmonizing salaries of workers in the public sector. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, said this at a 2-day national forum on compensation management today in Abuja. The Defense Headquarters has offered a total of 95 million naira as reward for information leading to the arrest of 19 wanted terrorists. And we also brought you reports that gunmen in their numbers today invaded the Obodi Agwa community in Oguta, local government area of Imo State, killing the monarch of the community and his 2 guests. And that was the news across the country, edited by Temitope Olayiwola. For more about us, visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good evening.
It's entertaining. It's educating. Really informating. Quantitative news as it brings. It's OSBC Radio 2 104.5 FM. Women up on the south of the Sahara. Voice of the West.
sáwọn ògo wẹ́rẹ́ rẹ mọ́kò lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àwọn tọ́lọ̀ ń ṣe nu.
báwo ló a ṣe ṣètò ọmọ ẹ̀pọ̀ báwọn ó ti ẹ̀rọ tàlàáfíà ya wọn mọ́.
ò ṣe bóyá lè bọ́kùnrin la ṣe títí tọmọ èpè méje máa lọ o.
ẹ sì gba bólúwa ti wí gbogbo mọ̀ lọ́mọ kò sọ́mọ tí ò lè wúlò lọ́jọ́ alẹ́ tá a bá bímọ níwọ̀n tá a sì tọ́jú wọn.
tó o ṣeun o.
Everybody make gonna listen to the show. We play you reggae music at this place until your soul is up. The selector.